and let us all do we can to build a better future.
All right, folks. You know, remember when Homer was teaching his son Bart how to shave or how to talk to the boss? And, Homer said these words: if you find an accident or something's there, just tell your boss it was like that when I got here. Well, turns out old man Biden follows that creed too, about the economy, about inflation, and so much more. Listen here, man. It's not his fault, Jack. It was like that when he got here.
Do you take any blame for inflation, Mr. President? I take any blame for inflation? No. Why not? Because it was already there when I got here, man. Remember what the economy was like when I got here? Jobs were hemorrhaging. Inflation was rising. We weren't manufacturing a damn thing here. We were in real economic difficulty. That's why I don't. Thank you. Do you take any blame for inflation, Mr. President? I take any blame for inflation? No. Why not? Because it was already there when I got here, man. Remember what the economy was like when I got here? Jobs were hemorrhaging. Inflation was rising. We weren't manufacturing a damn thing here. We were in real economic difficulty. That's why I don't.
Hold on.
We were.
I got here.
It was like that when I got here, man.
Already there when I got here, man.
It was already there when I got here, man. Come on, boss. Leave me alone, boss. It was like that when I got here.
It's like, why is that your excuse? Because if you're gonna shift the blame, shift it to the war in Ukraine or something, which stopped up all of the supply chains that really influenced inflation in this country. It's like you have other bad excuses that are a little bit more valid.
But Lauren, it was like that when he got here, man. Come on, take it easy on him, Jack.
I'm just saying there's other bad excuses that he could have gone with that are better than it was like that when I got here.
Shout out to Octalash, who said every single president has said this. Yes, that is so true. Laura and I talked about this before we went live on the show. Every president talked about it. From Donald Trump, he was like that under Obama, to Obama. Well, folks, it was like that when I got here because of Bush Jr., to which Bush Jr. says, hey, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, can't get fooled again. Hey, there you go. There you go.
It's just it's a tried and true and constantly bad excuse, because it's like, okay, sure, fine. Even if we allow that argument to pass, that it was like that when you got here, you've been here for a while, bro. You've been here for a while, and what have you done to improve the situation? It kind of seems like it's gotten worse.
It's gotten a little bit out of hand.
Did you see that story about the a sinkhole that was left for 2 years outside of that one police station, and now it has eaten the police station? They just left it. They just didn't do anything with it. It just they walled it off. It's been there for a while, and now the police station is no longer standing. It has now been eaten by the sinkhole. That you could have done something about that at any time. You had years. You've had years to do something.
Whoa, Lauren, I gotta stop you there. So what?
Am I getting impassioned again? Oh, sorry.
Yeah. You're actually telling people to do work, do due diligence,
infrastructure. What?
How dare you? Seriously, no. I sincerely do mean that. How dare you tell people to do some hard work?
What can I say? I am a daring person.
But hey, this. Biden, even though he's saying it was like that when he got there, man, come on, take it easy. Miguel, Gamer, Lawrence Johnson, Wendy Carballo, take it easy on him, guys. It was like that when he got here, guys. Jeez Louise, what do you expect him to do? Be the leader of the free world? That's a tall order. So Biden and Harris head to good old Philly as they honed the 2024 message, which is, I'm as senile as hell, and no. Her polling numbers are even lower than his.
Yeah, I know.
And when your polling numbers are as low as an old man that is clearly suffering from Alzheimer's or dementia or both, wrap up the game, folks. The show is over. I mean, it's pretty pathetic. These two might go down in history as the worst president and vice president in American history, okay? These two. I'm bold enough to make that statement. I know people can say, but Trump or Bush Jr. I know those two are idiots, but these two are a special kind of stupid. President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris are off to Philly Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, on Friday in a rare joint trip for the two leaders that will be a mix of the White House showing off its work and looking ahead in 2024. So, in other words, they're going to open up a box showing all their work, and it's going to be a big old turd. Also on display will be how Biden and Harris sharpened their campaign message ahead of an expected re-election announcement this spring. It feels like it's a time where you begin to present to your party, your partisans, and then to the broader public the sense of, we are joined together. This is the team that you saw fit to elect. No, I didn't elect them. Here's what we accomplished together. Nothing, Jack, and nothing fundamentally changed. And here's what the future is intended to look like. More of the same, said Patrick Gaspard, president of Center for American Progress, an influential left-leaning think tank. It's a big brain think tank. They got to think real hard. Think of how they're going to screw over the American people. Think. God, I hate those people, man. I again, these politicians are not people. They're not people. So Biden and Harris traveled together since before the midterm elections. They also went to Philadelphia to campaign for now Senator John Fetterman. Otherwise, it's an uncommon occurrence for the two to travel alongside one another. Before Fetterman event, Biden and Harris had not appeared together for an event outside Washington, D.C. since January of 2022, which it tells me both of them don't like each other.
Yeah, that's what it tells me too.
Kamala Harris's own staff. Kamala Harris had more people quit her staff than any other vice president in American history, okay? And not to mention, this is the same Kamala Harris. And look, I don't care what K-Hive says. Well, just because Tulsi got more delegates, who's the vice president? She's vice president out of pity, and her poll numbers are terrible because she's a terrible politician, a terrible person. She doesn't know how to lead. She's extremely thin-skinned, and she only got in that office out of pity because the other ones were just not good enough. All right. And the Democrats were really hedging their bets that Kamala would be their Obama 2.0, and that failed miserably. By the way, Kamala got 0 delegates. Her campaign went bankrupt. She didn't even join the first primary. She got destroyed in not one, but 2 of the primary debates by Tulsi Gabbard. So if you don't like it, too bad. Good luck, Democrats. This is your crap that you're trying to sell to us, and no one wants to eat it. So there you go. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to give you the final word, Lauren. Your thoughts?
It just again smacks of hypocrisy. They're like, "Oh, we're together. We're a united front." It's like, yeah, but like you're clearly not. And the past speaks for that. Like you said, like they're going to open up a box of what? What are you trying to say we've accomplished? Because there's been very, very little. There's been a couple of here and there half steps towards something that might be good, but those bills continually either die on the House floor or get slashed to pieces before they can actually amount to anything. There's so many things that have been given up over the course of the past few years that would have actually been helpful, but they're just so willing to just throw people under the bus that it's just like, okay, we've got some scraps. Like, I don't know. I like Trump did more changes. They were bad changes. I don't like the changes that they made under him at all. But they made more changes. Like,
agreed.
And I hate those changes. I am vehemently against, I think, all of them. But I mean, like, if they were going to go and show off what they've done, they actually had something to present to their base. Biden and Harris don't have that. They don't have something that they can.
Wait a minute. Here, I just realized something. And you know what? I owe my audience an apology. There are some accomplishments that the Biden-Harris administration have done, actually. The kids are still in cages, number one. Number two, the military-industrial complex keeps on pushing along. Hey, we got this war in Ukraine. That doesn't seem too bad. Obviously, the Roe v. Wade died under the Biden-Harris administration. So that's groundbreaking right there. I mean, women's reproductive rights died under a Democratic administration. Let's see. Well, that Infrastructure Bill Act kept on getting cut, even though it wasn't going to do jack. I mean, Biden's own own administration could hold Sinema or Manchin accountable. There's another thing too that that Biden and Harris have done, and that is they're the first administration to listen and not once counter or object the Senate parliamentarian, who is a non-elected official whose bosses are the president and vice president. Boy, oh boy, when that Senate parliamentarian spoke, Kamala and Biden just shut up right away. So they know when to keep quiet by a non-elected official. Let's see what else. Biden is clearly stammering and acting like an old clown. So it should show you that no matter what, even the United States government will prop up somebody who's battling with Alzheimer's as the leader of the free world. And
even the one or two things that I will say that they like have that has happened, like the Respect for Marriage Act, which is a good thing. But it's like, again, when I say it's like a half step, they still are allowing a lot of discrimination to happen under them in other places. Like it barely does anything, and they're not attempting to move anything else forward. So it's just like, even like they're trying to pretend like they've created marriage equality, which they haven't.
One other thing here too. Sean Moon writes, broke the railroad workers strike.
Yeah.
And Miguel H, thank you for the correction. They ended the invasion of Afghanistan only to start the new war in Ukraine. So there you go.
They needed to have the soldiers not in Afghanistan. They wanted them in Ukraine instead.
Yeah. So that's where they wanted them at. So that's what's going on, folks. That's our show. And let me be very clear here. The Democrats, they will put up anyone in order to stop any kind of real progressive change. So if you really want to be the change, don't vote Democrat, don't vote Republican, support independents and third-party candidates.
Register as a third party, because that is like the way that you can actually get your numbers. They can see those numbers.
Absolutely. Well said.